here, finally, this guy decided to wake up after 4 months. Holy crap. Now, he went into a deep brumation, and I can tell you that I was not expecting that, and I was not prepared. So I want to give you all the details because obviously I had to learn in the process, and hopefully this helps you just in case you go through the same thing. And honestly, just in case like somebody that has dealt with with this, they're bearded dragons going into brumation. Hopefully, if you are experienced with it, you can give me some tips for the next time this happens. Okay, so in the very beginning of November, I noticed that he wasn't as active. So I knew that obviously almost every single reptile during the winter, they go into they basically slow down, and it's because of that, because it's winter. But this time he decided to just go to sleep straight, like out of nowhere. And I kept the lights on still for I think it was like 2 or 3 days, and he was not waking up. And I at one time I actually even I picked him up. And I put him close to the heat source, and he went back to the corner, like all the way to the corner where he was at, and he was just sleeping. And it was very scary because when you put a lizard in brumation, you're supposed to make sure that you don't feed them for, I think it's like 2 days before that, like not at all, because obviously since where the hell are you going, boy? Because obviously since they are not getting any heat, they are not able to digest the food. So obviously if there's something in the stomach, then it can actually rot and cause problems and even kill your lizard. So that's why it was very scary. And the other thing was that I was actually not even trying to put them on brumation. Now I do have my lizards in my basement, so obviously at night it gets like to 68 degrees in the winter. Now in the summer, obviously it never gets that low. So obviously that is why he went into brumation. So man, every single day I would come down and check on him. At night I would do the same and make sure that the temps were not dropping way too low, because as far as I know, if they go even lower, then I believe it's 64, if I remember correctly, like they can simply die because it's way too cold for them. So for 4 months I was checking on him every single day. And now the other thing that you are supposed to do when they are brumating is that you're supposed to make sure that they are still drinking a little bit of water, because obviously they're not eating and they're not going to eat, but you are supposed to make sure that they are staying hydrated. Boy. Obviously you have to make sure that they are still hydrated all the time, even though they are not eating and moving at all, because that is another thing that I was actually very scared of. I decided, once I noticed that he was not waking up, I just turned off his lights, because if they go into brumation and you keep the like all the heat source running exactly the same, that can cause them to dehydrate really fast. So I did not want it. I did not want that, and I just decided to turn the lights off. So what I was doing is basically just always trying to drop like drops of water into his mouth, because now the other thing that you are never supposed to do, since obviously they are cold, if they are brumating, you're never supposed to spray them. You don't want to get them wet because that might cause big problems. So man, trying to think what else. So I think it was just that. That is basically the only thing that I was doing. The only good thing is that I saved some money because I was not feeding him. But still, to be honest, I actually prefer to buy whatever I need to feed him, because that was not fun for me. It was a first experience for me. But I can tell you that once he woke up, oh yeah, now this is another thing. When he woke up, it is actually very important to know what to do, because it is not just they wake up and then everything goes back to normal. So after brumation, the very first day that they wake up, you are not supposed to have way too much heat. You're supposed to basically like increase the heat a little bit by little each day. So I do have, as I have said before, I have 2 bulbs. So basically I just turn on one. And man, when he woke up, luckily it was on my day off from work. So I was able to basically just watch him the entire day. Every 2 days, my son and I would run here down to the basement to check on him. And he woke up, and then for 2 hours straight, he was just standing there in one spot. And then after that, like, he was moving very slowly, like barely walking. And he did go to his basking spot, and I was able to take some video of that. It took him like 20 minutes, seriously, to take just a few steps. But after like 2-3 hours of basking, so he was he already had the energy. And now the other thing that is actually very important is I was actually told not to feed him on the day that he woke up. So I didn't do it, and then the next day, that's when I fed him, and I only fed him 2 duvia roaches. And then I waited another day and then fed him some veggies. And then the next day, that's when I fed him another 2 duvia roaches and then 2 super worms. And man, I can tell you that he's very active, very, very active. So I'm pretty sure that it's because of that. Now, I really hope I don't get to see it, but once they wake up from brumation, they start looking for a partner. So I have seen many videos of of bearded dragons waking up and then they're humping stuff. So I have not seen my boy doing that, and I mean, if I do it, I guess it's gonna be funny. So if it happens, hopefully I get to record it. But yeah, well, I just wanted to basically just give you every single detail that I can think of, because I mean, as I said, this was my very first experience dealing with brumation with any lizard. I mean, I have never put any lizard in brumation. So if it happens next year, I'm gonna be a little bit more prepared. So here it is. Here's my boy, finally woke up. Man, I miss him so much. Bye bye. Hi guys. So obviously I'm not just going to talk. I'm gonna show you some videos of him when he woke up, and then his first feedings. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and make sure to give this video a like, because look at that face. I don't know if you can look at him, but he's so cute. Alright guys, so see you next week, and thanks so much for watching.
with you.